what's with the sudden meeting? Do we have a new assignment that I don't know of? Or something?
I think there is an assignment posting by Madam Eileen in our
Is
WhatsApp
there?
group.
Wait, really? Let me check.
I think I know. It's about making a video about environment, something like that.
Is it?
Hmm.
A video?
Yeah, she's right. I saw the statement.
Yeah, so what kind of topic can we talk about?
Maybe 3R?
Lame.
Too mainstream.
Too mainstream.
Everyone do it.
Okay.
Even
How about climate change?
same thing lah, mainstream.
Same thing.
Oh,
What about save the plants?
why plants?
Boring.
What?
How? Wait a minute. How about we do about animal extinction caused by humans?
Yeah, I think that's
I
better.
think that's a good idea.
That's
Oh,
a great idea.
right, that's a good idea. Since we have a lot of animals extinct, why don't one of you guys take one animal, make a video about it, and then we compile it? Deal?
Will
Yeah.
do, boss.
Good idea.
Hey,
So let's not waste our time and get started. Bye.
You too, bro.
Bye.
Okay, hi. So for today's topic, I'm going to talk about Caspian Tiger as one of the extinct animals. Caspian Tiger, also known as Persian Tiger, Hyrcanian Tiger, Mazandaran Tiger, and the Turan Tiger. The Caspian Tiger was one of the largest cats on the planet. It is due to its powerful, muscular, and incredibly strong legs. Though it has the striped tiger markings, it differs greatly in color. Compared to other species of tiger, the Caspian tiger has fur which was stunning gold and yellowish color featuring brown stripes which are dark and light color. It was also the furriest of all tiger species. During winter, their fur become thicker, which helped them to protect them against the cold. It was a predatory carnivore feeding on various animals including boars. The Caspian tiger was located at the south of the Caspian Sea, hence the name Caspian tiger. It was commonly found in countries such as Iran, Turkey, Iraq, Mongolia, Georgia, Armenia, and even Central Asia. The Caspian tiger prefers a desert environment within proximity water, sources with trees, foliage, shrubs, dense grasses, and reeds known as tugai. So from my research, it is found that Caspian tiger was officially declared extinct in 1970. Main reason was due to hunting by human beings. They lost their habitat due to human settlement and the fact that their prey was also hunted and killed by humans. Therefore, the Caspian tiger never really stood much chances.
Another land animal that walked its way to extinction is the rhinoceros. Rhinos once roamed many places throughout Europe, Asia, and Africa, and were known to early Europeans who depicted them in cave paintings. At the beginning of the 20th century, 500,000 rhinos roamed Africa and Asia. By 1970, rhino numbers dropped to 70,000, and today as few as 29,000 rhinos remain in the wild. Very few rhinos survived outside national parks and reserves due to persistent poaching and habitat loss over many decades. 3 species of rhinos, the black rhino, the Javan rhino, and the Sumatran rhino, are all critically endangered, especially the western black rhino. Rhinos are hunted and killed for their horns. The major demand for rhino horns is in Asia, where it is used in ornamental carvings and traditional medicines. Illegal trading wildlife is now estimated to be worth around 43 million ringgit per year. It is also robbing people of their livelihoods and keeping up fraud and criminal activities. Furthermore, it is also robbing countries of their cultural and natural heritage. I think when you look at a species like the rhino, part of the megafauna of the world, it is such an iconic species. If we cannot save the rhino as they are nearing extinction, how are we going to save other species with less public interest?
Enough of creatures that have roamed on land. Let us dive into the sea and discover sea creatures that had swum its way into extinction. This dugong-like creature was named after the naturalist George Steller, who discovered it in 1741. Steller sea cow was a large herbivorous mammal, and they are named sea cows because of their habit of grazing in herds. They were the largest of the sea cow family, bigger than manatees and dugongs. Steller sea cow live in herds, floating close to the surface to feed on seagrasses. It is believed that Steller sea cow, which grew to at least 8 to 9 meters and weighed around 8 to 9 tons, inhabited the Near Island, southwest of Alaska, and the Commander Island in the Bering Sea. It is believed that the mammal was tame and spent most of its time eating kelp. This, and the fact that it was unable to submerge its enormous body, is possibly what made it vulnerable to human hunters. However, within 27 years of discovery by Europeans, Steller sea cow was hunted to extinction due to being an easy source of food. The speedy demise was due to rapid hunting by humans to provide meat for long sea expeditions, as one sea cow was said to approximately feed a ship full of men for 30 days. Even with this fact, sadly, the Steller sea cow was still being hunted until extinction. They moved slowly in herds, which made them very easy targets for hunters.
Coming from the sea, let us get back to the land. And better yet, let us take this to the sky. Let us talk about the great owl. Oh, wait a minute, this bird cannot fly, and is what people call original penguin, as its black and white plumage had earned it the title. These large flightless birds were found in the North Atlantic and as far south as northern Spain. It had an average height of about 75 to 85 centimeters and weighed about 5 kilograms. The great owl was a powerful swimmer, which helped it to hunt underwater for food. However, as it is powerful and agile in the water, the unusual creature was defenseless against humans on land, and its inaptitude made it an easy target. Its tragic fate was sealed when the European sailors started harvesting the eggs of nesting adults. The last colony of owls lived on the island of LD, and by 1835 they had all been killed. The last of these birds was killed by 3 men who caught it on St Kilda, Scotland in 1844. Perhaps the men enjoyed the thrill of the hunt, or maybe they realized its meat and feathers were incredibly valuable. In any case, they abducted the bird, tying its legs together and taking it back to their ship. For 3 days, the sailors kept the great owl alive, but on the 4th, during a terrible storm, the sailors grew fearful and superstitious, condemning it as a maelstrom conjuring witch. They stoned it to death. It was the last of its kind to ever be seen on the British Isles. 4 years later, the great owl vanished from the world entirely when fishermen hunted down the last pair on the shores of LD Island, off the coast of Iceland. The men spotted the mates in the distance and attacked, catching and killing the birds as they fled for safety. The female had been incubating an egg, but in the race to catch the adults, one of the fishermen crushed it with his boot, stamping out the species for good. Sadly, this clearly shows that not only humans are destructive, they are also gullible, considering that they kill these innocent birds.
Another species which flies to its extinction is the passenger pigeon, which is a wild pigeon which is known as activties migratorius in its scientific name. It is found abundantly in North America back then, and the name is derived from a French word passenger, which means passing by, due to the migratory habits of the species. It is sexually dimorphic in size and coloration, which means other than the differences in the sexual organs, they can be distinguished by other features like their wings, colors, and sort of. There were several other factors contributing to the decline and subsequent extinction of the species, including shrinking of the large breeding population necessary for preservation of the species and widespread deforestation, which destroyed its habitat. Which means the cause of the extinction is actually because of humans, where we kill all of them. Even though they were actually found abundantly back then, and supposedly its abundant population is their only way to survive, because it shouldn't be possible to kill them all at once. Hence, Professor Shapiro remarked, the passenger pigeon extinction was avoidable. It was entirely our fault.
Take 22. Next are the dodo birds. The dodo bird is one of, if not the most iconic animal that has gone extinct. Dodo birds are large flightless birds that once resided in the island of Mauritius, just east of Madagascar. They were large birds, stood approximately a meter tall, and could weigh around 20 kilograms. They have a distinct curved beak that was able to deliver a very painful bite. Living in Mauritius was a paradise for the dodo birds. They have an abundant source of food and have absolutely no danger from any kind of predator on the island. However, in the late 1500s, the first humans set foot on the island. The birds have no concept of being prey, and they were very easily hunted down by these humans. The people came and started settling down on Newfoundland, and the birds were hunted down for food. However, the biggest impact towards their extinction came from the animals that was brought by the humans. The introduction of new species on the ecosystem was very invasive. This is because the dodos make their nest and lay their eggs on the ground. They leave their eggs unprotected from the new animals. Cats, roosters, dogs, and even lambs scour the forest, eating and destroying their eggs, as well as other foods that the dodos once enjoy all by themselves. Another notable factor to consider is the clearing of the forest by the new colonists for new lands. This reduces the total number of food for the dodos. From all of these factors, we can conclude that humans are the root cause of the bird's extinction. It may not live in this world anymore, but it will always remain in our hearts. Thank you.